Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast, guys. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. Woo! What a bounce back game, man. 11-0, and it feels so good. Our Tigers went into Norman, Oklahoma, and handled business 70-28 over the Sooners. We put up 14 in the first, 21 in the second, 28 in the third, and 7th in the fourth. We pitched a shutout in the third, but our second team defense gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter. Cody Walker had a solid day, man. 16 of 23 for 193 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. It was way better than that LSU game, so I'm happy about that. Our running game this week was dominant. Pierre Jackson led the way, 24 carries for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shout out to EOC in cleanup time, man. 8 carries for 81 yards. Then Cody had 8 carries for 80 yards. And Bobby Harrison got in the game. He had 2 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. Out wide, Mike Jones led the way with 5 grabs for 92 yards and a score. I tried my hardest to get him to 100 yards, but just didn't get there, man. Also, shout out to Sheldon Hicks. He caught 4 balls for 38 yards. Antonio Walker, 3 catches for 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Tim Clark had 2 catches for 16 yards and a score. On defense, I'm proud of the G-man. Brian Chase led the way with 8 tackles. Player of the game has to be Mike Anderson. He had 6 tackles, a sack, and a pick 6 for a touchdown. Shout out to my guy, man. He was really out there balling this week. Who else we got? Chad Shelton had 4 tackles. Dan Bird had a sack. Shout out to Ken Johnson. He had an interception this week. Antoine Nugent had an interception. And our other corner, Aaron Wilkinson, he had an interception. All right, y'all, let's dig a little bit deeper into these stats. Taking a look at the stats for the game. Total offense, GSU had 532 yards to Oklahoma's 399. We rushed for 332 yards, but we did give up 154. And through the air, we gave up 245 yards to 200. Terrible day on third down for us, man. 4 of 8, but we held the Sooners to 2 of 8 on third down. And the G-men, for the first time in a while, forced more turnovers, 4 than we gave up, which is 1. And in all, we had 776 total yards to 399. And we dominated time of possession as well. All that rounded up means we get the dub and move to 11-0. Taking a look at the BCS standings, and Grambling State is still your number 1 team in the country, but there's been some movement. Bama moves up a spot to 2. Florida State is up a spot to 3. Arizona State is up a spot to 4. Miami jumps a spot to 5. West Virginia is up 3 spots to 6. Army, after their loss to Rice, is down 5 spots to 7. Texas is up 2 spots to 8. Michigan State, big jump this week, 8 spots to 9. And then you have Pittsburgh up a spot to 10. If bowl season was to start today, we would be playing Alabama in the national championship. This would be our second matchup. If you remember earlier in the season, we beat the Crimson Tide 42-14. This should be an interesting last couple weeks of the season, guys. To the recruiting trail we go. We got 3 prospects that'll be on campus for the final game of the season. Darius Hollis, Nick Crowell, and Marcus Clark. No new signings this week, so let's take a look at the guys that'll be on campus. This is Nick Crowell, a strong safety from South Carolina. He's 6'3", 219. He's got Grambling State as his number 1 team right now. And he'd be a great depth safety for us, man. He's got 91 speed, 88 agility, 90 acceleration. He's got 72 tackles, 71 pursuit. The zone coverage is where he's good at, man. 76 zone coverage, 75 press. He'd be a great backup for us. He could develop into a solid starter in a couple years. And you know we're always looking for more depth on the defensive line. This is Darius Hollis, a big D tackle from Livingston, Montana. He's 6'2", 322 pounds, a 4-star prospect, the number 10 defensive tackle in this class. He's got Grambling State as his runaway lead right now. And he is a hole plugger, man. 53 speed, 84 strength. He's got a 79 power move, 79 finesse move, 79 block shedding. He can tackle, decent hit power, decent pursuit, decent play rec. In a couple years, this guy could be a monster. I'm looking at him more like a Vince Wilfork type of player. And then the last player that'll be on campus this week is corner Marcus Clark. He's 5'10", 180 from Fort Carson, Colorado. A 3-star prospect, the number 14 corner in this class. And he's got GSU as his number 1 team over Texas, Ohio State, Nebraska, and Texas A&M. And this kid is a gem. 95 speed, 89 agility, 89 acceleration. But look at the coverage ability. 81 man, 85 zone coverage, 86 press. Give this kid 2 years. He's going to be a dominant corner. So that's going to wrap up recruiting for this week, man. We still have the number 2 class in the country behind Miami. But if we get one of these players this week, we could move up. If you guys want to stay up to date with everything that is going on with GSU, make sure you follow me on Instagram. The link is down in the description. So we are in the final regular season game of the season, and it's going to be a tough one, man. We're taking on number 4 Florida State on senior night. The Seminoles come in 10-1 with their only loss to North Carolina State. They're riding a 5-game winning streak, coming off of beating Southern, Boston College, Clemson, number 5 Miami, and Louisville. FSU is led by senior quarterback Craig Lee. He's thrown for 2,313 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. He is a scrambling type quarterback, 83 speed, 86 acceleration, 82 agility. The arm isn't that great, 86 throw power, 83 accuracy. But look at the break tackle, 76 and a 68 elusiveness. We got to make sure Turner and Chase are shadowing him this week. On the ground, Blake Shelton leads the team in rushing, 112 carries for 806 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's got a 90-yard run on his resume right now. Another running back they have is Kenny Harrell. I wonder if he's the starter. 132 carries for 773 yards and 11 touchdowns. Then you've got Lee, 140 carries for 513 yards and 3 scores. It looks like they're a running type of offense, so we got to make sure we have those 8 in the box. Travis Haley might be playing down at linebacker this week. Out wide, freshman David Wright leads the team in catches with 42 for 567 and 5 scores. Then you have tight end Jordan Everson. He's got 41 grabs for 606 yards and 5 touchdowns. Then there's Anthony Williams, a sophomore, 36 grabs for 441 and 5 scores. Kenny Harrell, the running back, 29 catches, 374, 2 touchdowns. And Marvin Jordan, another freshman, 15 catches for 199 and 1 score. Very young wide receiving group. Again, I like our matchup with our secondary. Kent Johnson, Aaron Wilkinson. They should have a big day against these guys. Taking a look at their defense, left outside linebacker Robert Ham leads the team in tackles with 68. Then you have right outside linebacker Mike Gant. He's got 66 tackles on the season. And middle linebacker Tyrone Harvey, he's got 63 tackles on the season. In the QB pressure department, D tackle Kellen Johnson, the redshirt junior, he's got 4.5 sacks on the season. R.J. Haley, a left end, he's 6 foot 267. He's got 3.5 sacks, followed by his line mate Brian Butler, 5'11", 243 at right defensive end. He's got 3.5 sacks on the season. Backup defensive end Nick Richard, he's a true freshman. He's got 3 sacks on the season. Mike Gant has 2.5. So does Robert Ham and Harvey. Then you've got Walker at corner, free safety Gabe Jones, Brent Hall at strong safety. They both have a sack apiece. In the turnover department, Mike Riley leads the team with 3 interceptions, followed by Justin Wright, another cornerback. He has 2. Mike Gant has 2 interceptions on the season. Then you have Atkins, Harvey, Williamson, and Walker. They each have an interception apiece. All right, guys, let's dig a little bit deeper into this Florida State roster. Oh, man, they got 3 really good running backs, man. Harold's 94, Sheldon's a 90, and then Clint Gilmore's an 86. Just what I thought, a very young wide receiving group. David Wright is an 81 overall. He's the number 1 wide receiver on this roster. Then you have Anthony Williams, a sophomore, 79 overall. Jordan is a freshman. He's a 79 overall. And then you have a redshirt sophomore, Ryan Martin. He's a 79 overall. He's the fastest out of the group with 94 speed. At left tackle, they are stacked. This is Quentin Perkins. He's a senior. He's a 90 overall, but he is hurt this week. So that means we'll see his backup, Matt Mead. He's an 83 overall sophomore, 6'6", 324. Then at left guard, you have Dave Graves. He's a 91 overall senior, 6'2", 309. At center is Jordan Simmons, a 90 overall senior, 6'2", 288. At right guard, they take a dip. This is Danny Wagner. He's an 80 overall redshirt freshman, 6'2", 301. And then at right tackle is Sam Allen, 85 overall, and this dude is huge, 6'8", 298, and he's only a junior. On the defensive side of the ball, you have left defensive end R.J. Haley. He's an 83 overall with 83 speed and 82 acceleration. At right defensive end is Blair Butler, an 85 overall with 82 speed and 87 acceleration. At D tackle, stacked. Kellen Johnson's a 92 overall. Ronald Sullivan's an 85 overall. Then you have John Patton. He's an 82 overall. And Russell Atkins is an 80 overall. At left outside linebacker, that's Robert Ham. He's an 84 overall with 88 speed and 96 acceleration. Up the middle, the star of the defense, Tyrone Harvey, 92 overall, 84 speed, 79 strength, 91 acceleration. His linebacker mate is Brian Atkins, 6'3", 244, and 86 overall with 90 speed, 85 agility, 88 acceleration, and 81 strength. Then at right outside linebacker, Mike Gant, 89 overall with 77 speed, 64 agility, 92 acceleration. But look at his backup. Redshirt freshman Jeff King is an 81 overall with 83 speed, 82 strength, 88 agility, and 94 acceleration. He's going to be something special in the next couple years. Taking a look at their secondary, nothing to write home about, man. Michael Riley is an 85 overall. He's quick, though, 94 speed, 91 agility, 96 acceleration. Then you got Jordan Walker, a redshirt junior, 5'11", 200 pounds, 82 overall, 90 speed, 80 agility, 86 acceleration. And then you have Justin Wright, a sophomore, 80 overall, 93 speed, 87 agility, 88 acceleration. And then they dip off Jeremiah Harris is a 65 overall with 89 speed, 86 agility, 87 acceleration. At free safety, you have Robert Watson. He's a 74 overall, 88 speed, 88 agility, 90 acceleration, 74 awareness. Then at strong safety, you have Brett Hall, the 5'11", 194-pound junior. He's 87 overall with 84 speed, 77 agility, and 90 acceleration. Since it is senior week in the hole, we need to say goodbye to our senior class, man. What a run they've had. Start things off is running back Charles Jackson from Jackson, Michigan. He's 5'9", 212, 86 overall. I didn't realize he was this fast. 95 speed, 84 agility, 98 acceleration. He's had a quiet career here at Grambling. He was redshirted his freshman year. Only played 3 seasons here. He's got 3 touchdowns in his career. Most have come right now in his senior season. You know what we're going to do, man? We're going to start all the seniors this week. So Jackson will get the start this week over Pierre Jackson. At wide receiver, we're losing a cornerstone of this offense. Antonio Walker has been a star since coming on campus. His freshman year, he caught 52 balls for 710 yards, 4 touchdowns. Then he had a breakout year his sophomore season, 81 grabs for 1,203 yards, 14 touchdowns. Took a dip off his junior year, 57 grabs for 780 and 8 scores. And now in his senior season, he's already at 55 catches for 752 yards and 11 scores. Antonio has been a class act, keeping that tradition going of great wide receivers here at GSU. Another senior wideout we're losing is Mike Harper. His first 2 years on campus, we hardly ever used him, but his junior and senior year, he's kind of blossomed into a great slot wide receiver for us. This year, he's caught 32 balls for 500 yards, 3 scores. I'm looking for him to have a couple more big games for us, especially as we close out the season. We're losing a stud at center. This is Joseph Clayton, 6'3", 301. He's been a starter since he's got on campus. And take a look at these stats, man. He's only given up 1 sack in 4 seasons here at GSU. He's going to be a dominant player at the next level. On the defensive side of the ball, we're losing Big Mike Anderson. Now, when he came in, he was a defensive end, and we switched him to D tackle to get him some more playing time, and he's done nothing but shine. He's gotten almost double-digit sacks in every season that he's played except for his junior campaign. His senior year, he's having a breakout year so far, 31 tackles, 15 sacks. He's got an interception and a pick 6. I'm looking for him to get drafted this year, and he's going to be something special in the NFL. Another key player we're losing is Ashton Hall, 6'5", 236, left outside linebacker. Hasn't seen a lot of field in his 4 years here. He only has 85 total tackles in his career. He's got 1 sack, which came this year. But he's a legit player, man. He's got great skills. I'm not sure how they'll translate at the next level because he's not that quick, but he can tackle. He's got great play rec. He can get off blocks. He can pursue. I look for him to be like a late rounder or go undrafted next year. Where we're going to get hurt the most is at cornerback with all of our losses. First up is Ken Johnson, the 6'2", 178-pound corner. Man, what can we say about him? He's been great ever since he stepped on campus. He actually holds the record for most interceptions in a career here at GSU with 18. Look at the pass deflections. He's got 27 pass deflections for his career. If he could have just got half of those as interceptions, man, he might have rewrote the NCAA record. But we're going to miss him, man. He should be a early first-round pick next year. Then there's the road runner, Eric Rogers. He's a senior this year, and he's had an interesting career at GSU. Came in as a corner, had 2 interceptions his freshman year. His sophomore year saw a little bit more playing time, had a pick. He did return 3 touchdowns, which were kick sixes. Also, he had 2 interceptions his junior year. But where he shined was in the return game. He has 2 best returner awards for a reason. His freshman year, he took 5 kickoffs back for touchdowns. His sophomore year, 4. His junior year, he got benched just because he came in just lazy and really wasn't playing hard. But his senior year, he's came back in a big way. He's got 2 kickoff returns already this year for touchdowns. And not to mention in the punt game, he returned 3 his freshman year, 2 his sophomore year, and then 1 this year. That's 6. Hold on, let me do the math. 6, 11 is 17. And then defensive touchdowns, he has 6. So 23 touchdowns between defense and special teams. I don't see him going first round, but with the right system, he could be a nice mid-round pick for somebody. It's going to be tough to say goodbye to this senior class, man. They've gone undefeated since they stepped on campus, and Herbie looks like he's rolling with the Tigers to keep that going. Like I said, all seniors will start this week, and it should be a fun one, man. In the hole, make sure you wear your all black because it will be a blackout. And I'm so excited for it, man. I hope you guys are too. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And make sure you ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And we'll talk from the hole for senior night as we get ready to take on the number 4 ranked Florida State Seminoles. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.